Let's get ready to rumble. Y'all ready to rumble? Y'all ready to rumble with me? Let me see this thing on. Is this thing on? Yeah, I guess it's on. What's up, Chocolate and Coco? What's up, Sergeant Mo? This thing? It's live. Let's go.
Slapper.
If I could grow dreads, I'd grow dreads for this one.
Shout out to Legend E40.
Hey, I'm in the bay with it.
Yeah.
This right here is a slapper.
Yeah. Come on.
This right here is a slapper.
Yeah. Come on.
This right here is a slapper.
Yeah.
This right here is a slapper.
Yeah, this beat is my bitch, I'm a pimp. Slapper. I'm in the club trying to fuck something after.
Nasty.
Real trap nigga sell a perk to a pass. When I'm done with this hoe, you can have. I'ma find something better.
Yeah.
And if the pussy good, nigga, I'ma
Hey.
tag her. Ain't a nigga in this game that wanna battle. I'm a king on the throne in my castle.
Yeah.
She get freaky when I'm out in the capsule. Beat banging like 96.
96.
But I never snitch like a 6'9".
Nope.
Pull up in a 6'4". Throwing up the motherfucking west side. Crips riding with me like it's 92. New J's on Carolina Blue. Getting to the bag like I'm Uncle Scrooge.
Yeah.
I've been through a lot and got a lot to prove.
This right here is a slapper. 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 This right here is a slapper.
Bustin' it though like Urkel, nigga smoking purple. Pull off in my whip, screech, huh? Lisa Turtle. Bitch body and bag of her, man, she wear a girdle. Put the condom on my dick because the bitch is fertile. Beat slapping like he 40 on it. Got my little Brody on it. All the smoke, you know we want it. LA shit, West Coast, we say lit. Volume 10, nigga, stay with the pistol grip. 2 chains on my neck, no teeth. I could beat out the ring, huh? Like my name was Roy. Take that, huh? Sean Combs. And if she ain't fucking, she could catch a Uber home. No dreads, but go dumb with the ball head. Mars got a high success rate like the feds. Throwing the towel, y'all little dogs, bow wow. And I'm a big dog, get you up and fuck the chow.
This right here is a slapper. 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 This right here is a slapper.
I'm on my shit, I ain't feeling myself. Yeah, I keep a bad bitch on my host top shelf. Like my nigga said, this right here is a slapper. Look for it in your baby mama favorite rapper. Recipes factory. Go stupid, go dumb. I don't give a bitch nothing but hard dick and bubble. From the Bay to LA, all my niggas getting rich. Do the hawk on the horn, just sauce on my bitch. I made it one die. Swing a Benz like a Hyundai. Rolling up tree like bonsai. Nigga, what's beef to a small fry? I get on the bitch feels like fungi. Catch me at the sideshow blowing gas tank on paper plates on the Super tycoon. All my nigga do is sumo. Niggas mad cause they bitch wanna kick it like judo. Coaches.
This right here is a slapper. 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 This right here is a slapper.
Everybody remember that?
Dude, the greatest in-game dunk I've ever seen.
Wait a minute. What the hell? We ain't supposed to be doing all that. Anyway, what's up with it, chat? We supposed to be on some other. Hold on, let me put it on something for they blocking my shit. We ain't supposed to be showing that. We ain't supposed to be showing that. Anyway, what's up with it, chat? I'm glad to be back. We're going to start. We got a lot of stuff to cover tonight. First, we got to cover the Brad Penny case, right? Now, it's one thing that we're not talking about that I ain't heard nobody talk about in the Brad Penny case. You only gonna hear this information here, but it should be so obvious, right? I want to see if y'all can get it in the chat before I bust it open for y'all, right? What is one piece of evidence that don't exist that could have cleared up everything, right, about the Daniel Penny case? One piece of evidence that they ain't got, that they ain't brought up, that I don't know it exists, right? Could it clear the whole fucking case, right? Let me see. Which one is that? Can anybody guess that? Can anybody guess what piece of evidence, what little small piece of evidence that they could have showed? And they're like, you know what? Case over, case dismissed, right? But ain't nobody talking about it. Now, if I was Daniel Penny, I'd be suing somebody. I'd be suing the shit out of somebody if I was Daniel Penny. I said Brad Penny. The MTAs either the EMTs or the toxicology report know that he has been abusing elderly people over, or that he kidnapped a 7-year-old. No, not that. The video of the dude, Charlie George getting close. The video of that dude threatening people. And Charlie George, what would that video be recorded on? Charlie George, if I may ask you, what would that video should have been recorded on, Charlie George, since we're on a hot track in the Daniel Penny case? Huh? Because somebody just, hey, what's up with it? Barendorf Ranch, Jared Dupree, Sherry K, Country, Miss Black Barbie. Where the hell Tom at? Huh? On the train itself, where is the video from the train at, right? Because the train should have recorded. They got cameras in all the trains. It said you are recording. The camera is in recording. Camera is in action. So you mean to tell me in the New York City subway train where people get pushed off a train, people get robbed, sexually assaulted, murdered, and all that, you mean to tell me they ain't got no cameras? They don't have any safety cameras up there that record video for people protection? That could have solved everything. Look, they could have saw how many people he threatened, whose face he was in, how long the chokehold was, and everything. If they would have showed the video from the train. What happened to the video of the train? Why ain't nobody talking about that? If I was Daniel Penny attorney, I'd be like, first of all this is speculatory because we don't have the true evidence of the train. This train is supposed to be secured not by police officers, right? But it's supposed to be secured by a security system that detects and record assaults, robberies, anything as a piece of evidence for a victim to report a crime. I was robbed on the train. I was assaulted on the train. And somebody got killed on the train. Right? They're supposed to have all that on the train camera. They could have shown exactly who face he was in. They could have, ain't nobody monitoring the cameras. If you ain't got nobody recording it, is somebody monitoring them? At least there was somebody watching the cameras. Why ain't nobody bringing that up? Why Daniel Penny lawyers ain't bringing that up? The toxicology, they said he had spice and they said he had all kind of drugs in him and stuff like that. Irregular heartbeat here on some George Floyd shit, right? But why they didn't have to talk about the cameras? Right now, I put together a little video, because like I said, we're going to get into these videos kind of quick. We got a lot to talk about. We like Black Lives Matter saying, we're going to start a riot if we don't get what we want. If George Floyd, if Daniel Penny don't get convicted, we're going to tear this motherfucker up, right?
The judge dismissed the most serious.
Let's get into Daniel Penny. First video, we got Daniel Penny versus Black Lives Matter. Let's see who wins.
The judge dismissed the most serious charge in the case, second-degree manslaughter, after jurors came back twice saying they were deadlocked on it.
I'm the co-founder of Black Lives Matter Greater New York. I stand here heartbroken because I have to hug a father who knows that the murderer of his son will most likely go free.
Myself, but I looked around, I saw women and children. He was yelling in their faces, saying these threats. I couldn't just sit still.
Who has to look in the face of a jury that no matter the facts, no matter the expert witnesses, no matter the people yelling on that train that day to let Jordan go, you will kill him.
Some people say that I was holding on to Mr. Neely for 15 minutes. This is not true. Between stops is only a couple minutes. So the whole interaction lasted less than 5 minutes.
Right? And if they would have had that on the train camera, or they could have timed it, right? And they would have knew it wasn't no 15 minutes because it's from one stop to the other stop, like he explained. So this is stuff we're not listening to on we're not hearing on fake news and stuff about the time. Oh, he had it for 15, 20 minutes. Nobody heard this from a police officer or anything like that. You only heard it from social media and the Black Lives Matter sons of it. Oh, 15, 20 minutes he was doing. No, it was from one stop to the other stop.
Around noon today was the first time that they announced they couldn't reach a unanimous decision, and the judge had to give what's called an Allen charge, which is when a judge urges jurors to go back, deliberate, try to reach a verdict.
They will not find a white man guilty of killing a black man in modern day America. This is no different than Jim Crow.
The judge overseeing the trial explained to jurors, hey, if you don't reach a unanimous decision on this charge, a new trial will be set with a new jury.
This looks like a picture out of the picture book when you look at that anonymous jury. We have baby boomers who were there doing Jim Crow on this jury.
But around 3 p.m., after the lunch hour, they came back deadlocked again. There was debate between prosecutors, defense attorneys, and the judge ultimately making the decision to dismiss that top charge.
We have young people who are looking at Daniel Penny as a hero. And what America is a hero, a killer.
Some people say I was trying to choke him to death, which is also not true. I was trying to restrain him.
He didn't give a crap about Jordan. The medical examiner said Jordan turned purple. Yes, black people can turn purple when they're denied oxygen.
Hell. Yes, black people can turn purple when they're denied oxygen. George Floyd wasn't. I ain't gonna get into because YouTube brought like, you know what? That joke was a little too damn cruel. I'm not gonna get into that joke right there. You can use your own imagination for that joke if you want to. If you don't want to, don't use your imagination. Yes, black people can turn purple. She been listening to Joe Biden. This is Jim Crow 101. You see the Klan?
You can see in the video there's a clear rise and fall of his chest, indicating that he's breathing. I'm trying to restrain him from him being able to carry out the threats.
Every lab report showed he died of asphyxiation. And that doesn't matter because they want to spare a white man the penalty of his crimes.
Since when deliberations first began on Tuesday, jurors have asked to review several pieces of video evidence in the case, parts of the medical examiner testimony, and they've asked the judge to review parts of the law.
America has not changed, and I hate to say it, it may never change.
That's the reason why this is such a hard case for jurors acting in good faith based on the evidence presented in front of them.
You said where Crump at? Crump only there for the money. Crump is suing Malcolm X so-called killer right now. Crump on some $500 million shit. He's suing the motherfuckers who shot Malcolm X.
They start off with the premise that the defendant in this case was a good man trying to do the right thing and act as a good Samaritan and help people.
And people who keep asking, are we going to riot? Are we going to protest? Is that what's needed?
Yes.
And now they're being asked to potentially convict this man for manslaughter and or criminally negligent homicide. That's a hard burden that they have.
Do glass have to break? Do cars have to burn for a black man to get justice in America?
Whoa. The glass got to break, the cars got to burn. She's setting shit up already.
We can't show up with peace. We can't show up with facts. We can't show up with evidence and witness after witness. You give us nothing. And then you ask us to love this country. America hates black people.
Oh, shit. Woo. America. Any black people in America? You mean black people hate black people? You damn right. Because when I go outside and I got the wrong color on, niggas hate me. If I go to the wrong neighborhood, niggas hate me. You right about that. America's niggas hate niggas. America don't hate like black people. This bitch is crazy.
And we see it from that jury pool.
Whoa!
And then some people say that this is about race, which is absolutely ridiculous.
Racism is still alive and kicking in America. There's no other way to view this.
I didn't see a black man threatening passengers. I saw a man threatening passengers. It's a lot of whom were people of color.
Everyone has looked at the case, and those among you who say that Daniel Penny is innocent have racism and bias in your heart.
What's one I got in my heart? Am I racist against Daniel Penny, or am I biased against Daniel Penny? Or am I racist against the black dude? Am I biased against the black dude? Which one am I? Because I think Daniel Penny is innocent because I probably did the same thing, and I have done the same thing. I haven't choked the nigga out because I don't know the choke move, but I certainly got in the way, right, and stood up in front. I filmed a couple of times. I've done it on fucking Facebook and Instagram. You know, I've done it one time on YouTube, right? So I've done the same thing Daniel Penny done because men need to step up when other men, black, white, Mexican, transgender, whatever, try to harm a real woman. Real men need to step up. And every time it happens in front of a real man is going to step up, no matter the consequences. It's in his instinct to protect people. He don't worry about the consequences. He's jumping into action. You don't think about logic. When you see somebody, when you see a man harming a woman, you don't think, oh, I better not, because I might go to jail. No, I got to stop this by any means necessary. That's what you think.
The man who helped restrain Mr. Neely was a person of color.
If you look at the facts of this case, then you understand that Daniel Penny is guilty. But today, white supremacy got another victory.
White supremacy.
And then a few days after the incident, I read in the papers that a woman of color came out and called me a hero.
Today, the KKK, the Klansmen, the evil in America got another victory.
So the black lady is praising the Nazi. The white man that protected the black lady is a Nazi. For one, right, where is Black Lives Matter at, right? If you want to talk about this, where is Black Lives Matter getting all these donations? Why they allow people like Brad Pitt to be out there homeless and helpless and mentally ill and not do nothing or raise awareness about it? But they always wanted to say something when he dead. When they was at doing the prevention, what is help out reaching out and reaching the black people? What about the prevention of having the nigga whoever hop on the train and go through that shit he went through? What about that? Why you ain't trying to prevent that? Why you ain't trying to prevent mental health? Why you ain't trying to prevent drug addiction? Right? All the things that led up to the choking, right? Or to the death. Why you ain't trying to prevent that? You only want to talk about the murder and what you want to happen, but you didn't talk about nothing about the prevention, or you didn't do nothing about the prevention, or you didn't raise nothing of awareness, money, or anything for the prevention. But now you want to talk about the murder.
What I don't believe that I'm a hero, but she was one of those people that I was trying to protect.
They got that top charge dismissed. America shall continue to America.
We were all scared. Mr. Neely was yelling in these passengers' faces, and they looked terrified.
And shall continue to place second-class status on black people.
So here's what I think. I know a lot of people are saying, look, this first charge dismissed, right, the 15 years. This makes it easier for the second charge to go through. Here's why I disagree.
The reason why there was no video at the start of the altercation was because people were too afraid getting away from him.
And they didn't have one on the train. They didn't have no video on the train. That's why they didn't see the whole altercation. He forgot to talk about that. Nobody brings this up.
30 p.m. on Outnumbered, we had a jury note that came in. And the jury note said that the jury wanted clarification on what a reasonable person standard is.
And the videos didn't start until they saw that situation was under control.
This is why it's important. This goes to the negligence charge that one carrying 4 years. And they ask you, would a reasonable average person have perceived the risk to Jordan Neely?
I knew I had to act, and I acted in a way that would protect the other passengers, protect myself, and protect Mr. Neely.
Well, there seems to be disagreement if they need clarification on the reasonable person. I'm hopeful there.
I used this hole to restrain him, and I did this by leaving my hand on top of his head to control his body. You can see in the video there's a clear rise and fall of his chest, indicating that he was still breathing.
But when you look at this, the reasonable person, there were many reasonable people on that subway train.
And I'm calibrating my grip based on the force that he's exerting.
The bystanders who thanked him, the bystanders who helped him hold down Jordan Neely.
And I mean, I was trying to keep him on the ground until the police came.
The woman of color who said this, they're trying to make this about race. Well, a woman of color, that's how she self-describes, said he is a hero. It was self-defense. He is only guilty of trying to help people.
I was praying that the police would come and take this situation over. I didn't want to be put in that situation, but I couldn't just sit still and let him carry out these threats.
Those are.
And the police was nowhere freaking around. I couldn't let him, as a man, as a military person who was trained to defend and protect people, I couldn't sit by and let it happen.
Are the reasonable people on the subway. This is a travesty. It's great news. The first charge is gone.
We had 107 days.
Whoa! You hear that? Jordan Neely, he should get both cases dismissed. Damn the other lesser charge and try to convince him, well, you ain't got to convict him, but you can convict him of the other charge. No, let him go. Huh? Let him go. You got your first one with the George Floyd thing. Go ahead and let him go. Y'all, wasn't no Black Lives Matter there to protect the black people on the train. It was a white man. It was a Nazi. Anyway, let's go into why Kamala Harris lost the election, right? And the Democrats, you know what I'm saying, it's going to be a short clip, but they got another damn good reason on why Kamala Harris lost the race. Listen to this.
People on the subway. This is a travesty. It's great news. The first charge is gone.
We had 107 days, and I know people don't like that time frame, that number, but to open up a Democratic primary, you would have had black women.
Black women, right? This dude say, look, they had to put Kamala Harris up because the largest voting block of black women would have left their ass. So they were stuck with Kamala Harris. They just admitted this. So now they blame it. They got another reason why they got Kamala Harris up there and they knew it was going to lose, right? Because of black women would have left the party and they knew they would have lost.
Up a Democratic primary, you would have had black women who were the strongest voting bloc for Kamala Harris be highly upset if it was not Kamala Harris. You would have had someone starting with zero infrastructure. I hear your concern, and I'm not saying that primaries are not important and open primaries are important.
Since total victory is
open primary is not important, right? Barack Obama sure the hell don't think so. Barack Obama say you got some shit coming, right? Barack Obama say Donald Trump is trying to do unto others as Barack Obama was trying to do unto you. He's trying to say Donald Trump is going to politicize. Of course, he's going to politicize the army, and he's going to try to take this. He's going to be trying to be a dominant power and shit like that. Look, Barack Obama never looked so weak in his damn life. Look at his words right here.
Your concern, and I'm not saying that primaries are not important and open primaries are important.
Since total victory is impossible and the country politically split down the middle, the result is a doom loop of government gridlock, even greater polarization. When I mentioned to a few friends that our foundation would be hosting a forum on democracy and pluralism, I got more than a few groans and eye rolls, especially since, as far as they were concerned, the election proved that democracy is pretty far down on people's priority list.
Ha! He said they got some mocks is to listen because his friends said that democracy is far down on America's priority list. Who is your friends? Ha! Ha!
There are going to be times potentially when one side tries to stack the deck and lock in a permanent grip on power.
Like you sons of bitches tried to do. We try to kick Donald Trump off the election because you knew he was going to win. You try to switch candidates when you knew he was going to win. You try to lock him up when you knew he was going to win. Attempted assassination when you knew he was going to win. Huh? Try to overthrow and say we're going to ask Supreme Court justices because you knew he was going to win. Huh? Try to do all that shit because you knew he was going to win.
Either by actively suppressing votes or politicizing the armed forces or using...
Wait. Did you suppress the vote? Did you politicize the armed force, the DOJ, and the FBI?
Judiciary, the criminal justice system, go after opponents.
Whoa!
Of what we're talking about here. Things like, unfortunately...
Okay. Now, we're going to talk about the health dude, right? The health dude who got killed. And they said, and because of Obamacare, because of other things, the health care going up and stuff like that, people are getting hit with things they're not used to getting hit with, and people that get mad at these high ass prices, so they're starting to act out. Like, I don't really know about this stuff, but it make you want to, you know, like what's really going on? Because look, this the other day, the Rockefeller person, suicide, right? Whatever happened to him, right? And now all of a sudden the CEO getting knocked off with the pop, and they still ain't found the dude, right? So some shit going on. And I didn't know people was getting turned down at the rate that they're getting turned down, and people are suffering from lifelong illnesses and dying and stuff like that. So, hey, I don't know. You better watch out. Let's go.
My condolences are out of network. Prior authorization is required for thoughts and prayers. I can't even pretend to care. I hope he's looking up at us when you make.
You hear that? They're talking about, this is the people that's on social media talking about his death. Unfortunately, my condolences are out of network. That means I can't offer my condolences to the nigga. Whatever happened to him, happened to him. Prior authorization is required for thoughts and prayers, right? That means prior authorization. So I'm not authorized, like you wasn't authorizing me for the medical, so I'm not authorized to give you any prayers or thoughts. I can't even pretend to care. I hope he's looking up at us. That means he don't give a fuck, and he hoping you in hell.
Millions off the suffering of others. Don't expect sympathy. This needs to be the new norm.
Whoa. When you make millions off of the suffering of others, don't expect sympathy, right? This needs to be the norm. Eat the right. Or whatever.
The rich. I've seen dying patients get denied by insurance. Makes me physically sick. I just can't feel sympathy for him because of all those patients and their families.
Yeah. Ooh, I can't feel sorry for him. You hear that? I can't feel sorry for him. These people on the internet is going crazy. They're like hell with him.
I think the thing I struggle with here is people are viscerally angry about insurance. And you can pull up the statistics. You know, percentage of people in the Gallup poll, quality of healthcare coverage is excellent or good, 28%. Had any problem with their insurance in the last year? 58% said they did. Insurance didn't cover or required a very high copay for a prescribed drug that people had to take. Significant portion of people, the denial claims with the company that this CEO ran, high.
Well, a lot of this is about grievance, right?
Right.
We have a healthcare system that many people say is broken, an insurance system that many people feel that they're being ripped off.
Obamacare. Ever since Obamacare went up, insurance and premiums and all that shit went up. They said we're going to make health service better, but competition, but it actually made it worse.
So I think a lot of what we're seeing here is a pure psychological projection against this CEO who is now deceased. And in many ways, we're talking about not just grievance, but people feeling disaffected, disillusioned, angry, not just with the insurance companies, but this is about a class war, a culture war, people feeling now they are justified in expressing a lot of their anger and rage.
Mr. Rowe, would you agree that?
Whoa! They're going to protect him. They're going to protect him, right? We're going to get into the next shouting match, right? It's a funny-ass shouting match, right? You have this dude from the Trump assassination, second in charge, admitting, you know what I'm saying? And this is one of the things why I say, when they say Trump is going to start arresting people and Trump probably go after people who wasn't doing their job and people who were going to get fired and stuff like that. People like this, right? And he's going to get exposed, and watch at the end how he try to turn into an argument and turn into a deep-ass argument. This shit is funny. Look how the Trump assassination. Let's go.
The protection that President Trump was provided on the 13th of July was wholly and tragically negligent. The site plan was abysmal to the point of derelict. And on the 13th of July in Butler, Pennsylvania, the United States Secret Service not only failed President Trump, but Corey Comparatori and the American people in historic fashion.
I would.
In the months leading up to July 13th, who was the director of the Secret Service?
Kimberly Cheatham.
Okay. Other than former Director Cheadle, who was the most senior Secret Service agent?
In the agency?
Mm-hmm.
That would be me. I was the
Correct.
deputy director.
In the months leading up to the July of 24, were you made aware of highly credible intelligence that a serious and grave threat to President Trump's life there was from an adversarial nation state. There was a very serious threat.
In this open setting, Congressman, I can't discuss what I was or was not aware of.
Well, former Director Cheadle said she was aware. So I would imagine by extension you were aware.
You
said in open session that
I would point to Director Cheadle's.
All right, so you were aware. So we have a unique circumstance here because we had a former president of the United States who is the leading candidate at that time to be the next president of the United States, and he will be now that we know. And he was being threatened by a foreign nefarious nation state because of actions he took while he was president of the United States. Very unique circumstances. So being that you were aware of these unique circumstances, did President Trump, was he provided a security detail akin to what a sitting president would receive?
At that time, he was not.
He was not. Would you agree that if there was a counter surveillance unit there in Butler on the 13th, he would have been safer?
I think if there was a counter surveillance unit advance that was on the ground, it could have aided the advance team in identifying the AGI.
So he would have been safer. President Trump
yes,
would have been safer. Yeah, okay. I don't think this would have even occurred, but be that as it may, did the president's detail...
He's setting him up with the question. This is why they need to get fired, and this is why they need to hire people that Trump appointed in certain positions to clean this shit up. They admitting that they fucked up. They admitting that they didn't do their job. They admitting that they didn't give a fuck.
Request a CSU, to your knowledge.
I'm not aware of a request for CSU.
Now, was the threat from the nefarious nation state disseminated to agents in the field and in the protective details?
I'm just pausing, Congressman, because I'm trying to walk a tightrope here in an open setting.
Was they informed? Was they known that it was a terrorist, that it was known that it was a foreign threat? Was they aware of this?
What I can tell you is that the Secret Service provided assets on that day for a particular...
What I can tell you, sir, is that the folks that are whistleblowing and informing some members of Congress say that they were not aware of this threat. And that's what I'm getting at with being proactive and showing leadership is we know for a fact that there was no CSU in Butler. Was there a full CAT team there?
There was not.
No. A full CAT team, 6 members, and there were 2 there. So you knew of the threat. You didn't disseminate to the field and the protective details. You didn't. President Trump didn't have a protection that was akin to a sitting president. He didn't have the CSU. He had only the 1/3 of the CAT team. So that's that kind of ineptitude and inaction and complacency and the neglect that really, quite frankly, is as telling as it is chilling. And had it not been for a very blessed, fortuitous, and a happenstance of a perfectly timed turn of a head, we report to our constituents. And instead of really, after this happened, did you go the next day to Butler, Pennsylvania on the 14th of July?
I did not.
Okay. Did you go that week?
I did not.
The FBI held that site secure for 5 days as an active crime scene, and they released it back to the owners on the 18th, and you did not visit. And when did you finally visit the site?
As the second person in charge, the second head nigga in charge, when did you visit the site to investigate where the president almost got assassinated? To know the errors and the wrongdoings and the corrections you need to make to the FBI since you second in charge. Where was the things go wrong? I mean, you're not there? 5-6 days?
I visited about a day after I was appointed.
So July 24th? Cheadle came in July 22nd. She got skewered and roasted by the Democrats and Republicans on the Oversight Committee, of which I sit on. She resigned the next day, and then only that day did you go.
I'll take your word for it, Congressman.
Why'd you wait 9 days? 11 days?
Why did I wait 9 days?
Yeah. Director of the FBI went to the site. Why didn't you go?
Congressman, I think I was appointed July 23rd, and I was there on the 24th or 25th.
But you were the second most senior member of the Secret Service. You could have gone.
And I was managing from here the crisis. We actually
so you didn't go. Got it. Did you call the, you were managing the crisis you just said. Did you call the detail that night on July 13th that was protecting President Trump?
On that night, they were operational, sir.
You did not. Okay. Did you call him the next day?
No, I did not.
Okay. When did you finally talk to him?
I spoke to them when they arrived in Milwaukee.
So 4 days later, July 17th, does that sound about right?
Yes, sir.
Okay, so you waited 4 days, and when we were talking earlier a couple months ago, this is an epic.
Don't all of them seem like they need to get fired? Don't all these other bitches at the top seem corrupt when they knew everything are perfectly like perfectly everything purposely not accounted for?
Epic failure. We all agree on that.
Perfect
And instead of
failure.
really focusing on the egregious errors and correcting the incompetence and improving the doctrine and changing the culture, there was a massive appropriations request. We know that you have 8,000 employees. We know that they have a $3.1 billion budget, and you asked for $2 billion additional dollars. What sticks in our craw is when we report to our constituents, we have to say, hey, this federal agency failed epically, and then they wanted to almost double their budget. How much would it have cost to put somebody on that water tower? How much would it have cost to have drones that were actually functioning that day? How much would it have cost to have an ether cable to where your anti-drone technology would have worked? How much would it have cost to do a walkthrough with local law enforcement to secure the AGR site, or put cameras on that roof, or put agents on that roof, or have your snipers have iPads, or have one command post instead of two, or cordon off the damn AGR complex, 17 acres? That would have cost $2 billion. And in fact, with caution tape, signs, posts, and stakes, it would have run about $410 because we ran through it. Let's add another zero. Say it's $4,000. It's not $2 billion. So I got another question for you. Do you recognize this photo?
This is where it's finna get ugly at right here. This is where it's finna get ugly at. They finna get into it right here, right? And instead of answering the question, dude try to turn it to some 9/11 shit. Don't you ever talk about that? And they finna get, you could tell he wanted to kick his ass. He wanted to, I wish they was gonna move furniture around this son of a bitch. They finna get into it. You know this picture, you son of a bitch, you lying son of a bitch. And they finna get into it. Watch this. Heated, one of the most heated top 10 arguments ever in the Senate or whatever.
Yes, sir, I do.
Okay. Was that the remembrance of September 11th?
It was.
Was it in New York?
It was at Ground Zero.
Okay. Who is usually at an event like this closest to the President of the United States, security-wise?
The SAC of the detail.
Special agent in charge of the detail. Were you the special agent in charge of the detail that day?
Actually, let me address this. Could you please, staff, leave that? Oh, no, leave that one up with the circle around me. Thank you.
You see how he changed it up? No. Could you actually leave that up? Leave that one around with the circle around me. He finna totally get off the whole subject.
Were you the special agent in charge of the detail that day?
Actually, let me address this. Could you please, staff, leave that? Oh, no, leave that one up with the circle around me. Thank you. So actually, Congressman, what you're not seeing is the SAC of the detail out of the picture's view. And that is the day where we remember the more than 3,000 people that have died on 9/11. I actually responded to Ground Zero. I was there going through the ashes of the World Trade Center. I was there at Fresh Kills.
I'm not asking you that. I'm asking you,
Congressman.
were you the special agent in charge?
To show respect for a Secret Service member that died on 9/11.
Oh, that you're trying to be.
Do not invoke 9/11 for political purposes.
Oh, I'm not. I'm invoking this.
You are, sir.
Gentlemen,
And you are out of line.
I would like to ask him a question, please.
You are
Order.
out of line,
Congressman. Don't try to bully me. I am an elected member of Congress, and I'm asking you a serious question, and you are
I
playing
am a public servant who has served this nation, and
you
spent
won't answer
time
the question.
on our day, on our country's darkest day.
Committee will come
Do not
to order.
politicize it.
Committee will come to order.
I'm asking you serious questions for the American people, and they're.
Do not politicize it. You see how he used that Barack Obama shit? Do not politicize it. No, you politicized it, motherfucker. Do not politicize it. Remember, Barack Obama was just talking about government politicization. This is exactly what it is.
And
you won't answer
time
the question.
on our day, on our country's darkest day.
Committee will come
Do not
to order.
politicize it.
Committee will come to order.
I'm asking you serious questions for the American people, and they're very simple. They're not trick questions. Were you the special agent in charge that
No, I
day?
wasn't. I was there representing the United States Secret Service, sir.
Mr. Fallon, your
and
time's
did not
expired.
affect protective
Fallon,
You know
operations.
why you were
time's
there?
expired.
Because you wanted to be visible, because you were auditioning for this
I was
job.
there to
that
pay
you're not gonna
respect for a
get
fallen
till
member of
January
this
20th.
agency.
You endangered
You are
President
out of
Biden's
line,
life,
Congressman.
Vice President
You are out of
Harris's
line.
life, because you put those agents out of position.
Mr.
Did you have a
Chairman.
radio with
Mr.
you?
Fallon,
Did
your
you have a
time
vest?
has
Did you have a
expired.
weapon?
Mr.
No.
I did, sir, and you are out of line.
Whoa, that was deep right there. That was deep. You are out of line. You know what's out of line? The way they talk about black conservatives, right? That's out of line. Black conservatives is sellout. Black conservatives is this. Black conservatives is that. Stephen, I ain't finna check you on the black conservative shit. They about to tell you to calm down on the black conservative. Hell, I might be a black conservative. Stephen A. gonna be a black conservative by the 2028 election. Watch what I tell you. Listen to his words.
There's a lot of times it could be a Candace Owens. It could be a Larry Elder. To a lesser degree, it could be a Byron Donald. I remember Armstrong Williams. He's been out there for many, many years. I've known him for many, many years. Even to a lesser degree, somebody like Sage Steele, who used to work at ESPN and now, help the Trump campaign. And who knows, for all we know, I don't think she's interested in it, but who knows? She might end up being press secretary one day. I don't know. Whatever it is, I hope she does well. I wish her well. Sage and I got along. Let me say this. Over the years, we've seen a level of vitriol emanating from black conservatives to a point where people who are not conservative vilified them because of it. I was never down with that. I'm a registered independent who primarily votes Democrat. There have been several occasions I've been tempted to vote Republican, to vote conservative. Hell, some of the times I regretted I did it.
You should have done it. Regret you didn't on this one and the last one. You should have regretted you voted for Joe Biden, and you should have regretted you voted for Kamala Harris, and you voted for them too. Them was two big regrets. Barack Obama, I can understand, right? Because I would have voted for him at the time because I was a fucking liberal, right? But Kamala Harris and Joe Biden, I cannot.
And who knows what the future holds with me with some of the nonsense that I saw from the left, particularly leading up to this election with woke and cancer culture and all of that stuff. But that's a different story for another day. Here's the point that I want to make. While finding myself wishing that the inordinate amount of black conservatives that have been out there and are still out there would sort of dial back their vitriolic responses to the venom that's been thrown in their direction, I've rarely blamed them. Because you got people in here looking at folks from the conservative side who happen to be black, calling them sellouts and coons and all of these kind of negative connotations, showing them no respect as human beings just because you don't agree and side with their ideology. Who the hell are you? Most of my friends are liberal. Some of them are conservatives. I have no problem with any of them. All I want to hear is what your point of view is and why.
Why? Don't give me no emotion. Don't give me no theories. Don't give me no what ifs. Don't give me no I heard. Huh? Give me facts. If you can base your shit on facts, we can talk. But you want to base your shit on emotion. Emotion's not going to win. Emotion didn't win in this election. It's not going to win in the next election. It's not going to win in no future elections. You got to leave your emotion at the door, baby. You see what your emotion, the party of the emotion. The caring and the loving and the women rights and the transgender rights and the kids changing sex and the women in sports and the party of compassion and abortions and no. Always complaining racism, you the victim and all. No, it's not happening no more. You are not that party. They are not fucking with you. The party has turned MAGA. The country has turned MAGA.
And if you make sense and it's fact-based and it's not dominated by emotion trying to usurp the facts, I'm good with you.
Me too.
Even if I don't agree with you.
Exactly. I may not agree with you on certain things, but you're basing on facts. Let's talk. Because I'm going to base mine on facts. It's easy to base my shit on facts with Donald Trump. I've been doing it the whole time. The fact is, you won't accept my truth. You won't accept my facts. You won't accept my research, right? Because it doesn't fit your narrative. It doesn't fit your emotion. Because your emotion wants him the worst to happen to Donald Trump. Your emotion wants Donald Trump to get shot. Your emotion wants Donald Trump to go to jail. Your emotion wants Donald Trump to lose the election. Your emotions want Donald Trump to get everything taken from him. The worst possible outcomes you want to happen to Donald Trump because your emotion is involved. Not your mind, not your spirit, which is supposed to be connected to God, because God wouldn't want you to wish harm on their man, right? It's not it's your emotion. And you need to check that, especially men. You need to check your emotion. You shouldn't get that emotional over another man, right? You don't get that emotional over your wife and all the shit that she's doing. Why get this emotional over another man? I done saw how some men get emotional, and right. And I wear my Trump hat proud. I get fist bumps from white people and all the time. Hey, I just had, you know what I'm saying, people sneaking around and trying to take pictures of me and shit like that. You know what I'm saying? I'm a celebrity with my Trump hat on. I'm a celebrity with my Trump outfits on. They love me around the country. Right? People are starting to realize, people are starting to wake up, young and old. You know, people working at young kids, working at Burger King. Oh, can I do your hat? Can I take a picture? They 18 and 19. They love Trump. He has started a phenomenon. Right? So when you sit up here and say black conservative, I'm a black conservative, and I stick out like a sore thumb because I'm a proud black conservative. I've been a proud conservative for the last 8 motherfucking years in this joint. You know what I'm saying? So other people starting to come on. Hey, I welcome all. You feel me? But they ain't represented like I do. You know what I'm saying? Everybody know about me. All in these LA streets, everybody know about me as a Trump supporter. I got certain females wouldn't fuck with me because I'm a Trump supporter. Oh, yeah, but you fucking Donald Trump, so I don't know about you. Oh, well, I'm not going to stop supporting Donald Trump just to get no pussy or hold back my love for Donald Trump on the conservative party just to get a woman. Oh, well, because I couldn't deal with you anyway, because if you connected to liberal ideology and liberal emotion, we can't work anyway because you're going to be with emotion over facts. And I don't want to deal with that anyway. I done dealt with women that have emotion over facts, and they're not too fun. They're not too, I mean, they're not of peace of mind. Right? So you got to get your emotion out of it. You shouldn't be a man this emotional over Donald Trump.
Because I know your position is based on fact. And for folks outside of the conservative community to look at people who are black and excoriate them just because they're conservative, who the hell are you? Where are your facts? There's a lot of history that goes into stuff. You can see it one way or another, but it's undeniable that bipartisanship played the role. Civil rights legislation, voting rights legislation, affirmative action, and things of that nature. Conservatives did play a role.
A major role, the biggest roles.
In some good things that happened in our society, the left and Democrats have been hypocritical in certain respects. So if we're going to call balls and strikes, call balls and strikes. But we didn't do that. And we never do that when that comes to black conservatives. And don't use this as an opportunity to say, Stephen A., oh, he's a conservative. Well, damn it, I'm not yet, but I might be one day.
They keep on saying that. He hear that on the news all the time. Stephen A., you conservative. I'm not, but I might be one day. Everybody, look at Elon Musk. Everybody who want to be a real man, everybody who wants to break out of that shell and stop working with emotion is tired of the Democrat Party. Even Stephen A., he's saying it every day. He just don't. I don't know why he ain't got the courage to switch over yet. Right? He like MMA. He like sports. He like college basketball. He like all the shit that conservatives like. He like capitalism. He like all that shit. He might as well say he's a conservative. You even said that you don't like the emotional shit they on. You saying that they backstabbing each other. You asked them where the money was at. You knew this shit was a fraud. You knew about the campaign. Everything you preach out, you might as well say you're conservative. Right? You might as well. You on Fox News all the damn time with Sean Hannity. Come on, man.
Do that. And we never do that when it comes to black conservatives. And don't use this as an opportunity to say, Stephen A., oh, he's a conservative. Well, damn it, I'm not yet, but I might be one day because I don't like the shit I've been seeing. But my voting record says otherwise. This is not about that. This is about us being grown-ups and being respectful of other people's positions and feelings and taking a moment to inhale and digest what the hell they're saying and deciphering what's true and what isn't true before we take a position. It's important that we do that. But we haven't been doing that. And then we wonder why black people in this country are...
I like it. Look, I like it. Say,
and then we wonder why
black people can't get along for shit. I like how he say this right here. Black people can't get along for shit. We can't come together for shit. He was truly upset and he meant this. Watch how his heart is in this.
Black people in this country are the one disenfranchised community that exists in this country. You know why? Because we don't demand that you flatter us. Let me explain my position even further. It's not to do with any purchase that you get. But when it comes to politics, no such thing. So in other words, the vast majority of black Americans in this country, particularly since 1964, have basically said, the right, you know what? You ain't worth it.
And I done a story on that. 1964 is the year of the civil rights when they done all that shit to Martin Luther King about if you go to that protest, if you protest at the Coliseum, we're gonna expose all this news on you, right? That's when the black people, that civil rights shit supposedly switched Democrat since 1964. All that civil rights shit came in since 1964. All that shit has been happening to black people.
1964. Have basically said, the right, you know what? You ain't worth a damn. We don't like you. We don't trust you. So guess what? We ain't giving you our vote. We can't come together for shit.
Look at it. Look. We can't come together for shit. Look, black people. Look. He said we can't come together for shit. Like black people, we Republicans, y'all, we can't do nothing. Democrats, y'all got our vote. We can't come to 85. We can't come together for shit. But 85%.
What? You ain't worth a damn. We don't like you. We don't trust you. So guess what? We ain't giving you our vote. We can't come together for shit. Under most circumstances. But suddenly with politics, 85, 90%, etc. Oh, we gonna roll with the left. So what you've done is you've disenfranchised yourself. Why? Because the left know they have your vote and you're not going anywhere. And boom, you don't have to cater to African American needs. And on the right, you're like, we ain't getting their vote anyway. So let's pay attention to the constituent that's gonna put us in office. Either way you slice it, this one gives you little representation because they're taking you for granted. This one gives you little representation and no representation because they know they don't have your support anyway. And why are the other communities successful? Because I don't give a damn whether it's Cuban, it's Dominican, it's Venezuelan, it's Guatemalan, it's Puerto Rican, it's Mexican. I don't care what it is. You're Asian. You're the Jewish community. An abundance of white folks in the United States of America. Somehow, some way, everybody successfully goes about the business of making sure they tell you, show us you're worthy of our vote before we give it to you.
Ain't that what Donald Trump done to the Jewish community? Ain't that what he done to the Muslim community? Ain't that what he done to every category of people that turned and he flipped? Ain't that what he done? Showed me what you're going to do for me. He went after the young people. He went after the old people. He was on X. He was on TikTok. He was on Twitter. He was on all that shit. Right? He went after the young people. He went after the old people. He went after the military. He went after the black folks. He was in the hood. He was in the barbershop. He was in the ice cream truck. He was at McDonald's. The Jewish people came out for him. The Muslim people came out for him. The gay, everybody came out for him. He showed every individual what I'm going to do for you.
And as a result, you have to cater to them. We don't do that. We don't do that.
Donald Trump did. He catered to every genre of person on the earth. The military, the police, the nigga in the hood, the barber, the trash man, the McDonald's worker, the person that tips, the retiree, he reached out to everybody. The immigrants, the Mexicans. Oh my God.
And that's where we made a mistake. And even though black conservatives may not do that to the degree that we like, in the end, what they're doing is they're bucking the system. They're saying we're not going to just buy what you're selling. The other side might have more of what we want.
Do you get that? Do you get that? I don't want what you're selling. I don't. I'm sorry. My vote is not going for what you're selling. I don't want that. I'm sorry. Right? But you don't understand that. The other side do. That's why I switched to the other side, because they understand capitalism. They understand, profit. They understand support. They understand financial support. They understand physical support. They understand all of that. Physical, mental, all of that. Right? When you just base your shit on emotion, you want to have an emotional live and emotion. You want your shit to be based on emotion. You want to get mad at somebody. You want me to be angry and talk about this motherfucker and his mama and his daddy and stuff like that. You know what I'm saying? Which is also facts. You know what I'm saying? But it's also to hurt people, right? And I'm good at that. If they deserve it, I still do it. You feel me? I don't give a damn if you're a messed up person. I'm gonna talk about you. Right? And I don't give a damn if it hurts your feelings. But this is something like I say, Stephen A. Smith is spitting facts. The black conservatives are getting, you know what I'm saying, or we are switching side because, hey, that side no longer represent us. It no longer represent the man I want to be. It don't represent the future I want to have or the present I want to be in. None of that shit. Because you keep on talking about the shit in Jim Crow and 1964 voting rights and abortion in 1964, 74, Roe v. Wade cases. All the shit you talk about from 1964 and 1975. You ain't talking about shit for 2028.
And some of them did that in this election with Trump. And now the Democrats have to go back to the drawing board and figure out how can you appeal to more African Americans and more folks in the Hispanic community and beyond to regain the luster that you thought you had, but you evidently lost. In other words, ladies and gentlemen, even when things look bad, there's light at the end of the rainbow. You know what that light is? Believe it or not, Donald Trump winning the election.
That was the light at the end of the rainbow, because it made the Democratic Party recognize they got to change or they'll never win another election again.
Because it forced everybody to stand up and pay attention and recognize that you no longer get to engage in hate mongering and fear mongering to win an election. You actually got to go out there and win it.
No more racism, no more abortion, no more trans rights, no more gay rights. You actually got to win it on policies.
Black conservatives have something to do with that. So they ain't gonna get hatred from me.
Woo!
And they shouldn't from you or anybody in the African American community. Enough with the childishness. Let's grow up and use our mind and our brains far, far more than our emotions.
Whoa,
They went after-
let's go into Donald Trump now. Ooh, Trump had the interview of the day today, right? He was going fact for fact. He was going, look, he was going he was answering the question, something Joe Biden never done. He ain't even president. He answering questions for an hour long about everything. Anything you want to ask me, I'm here for. We got about 18 minutes of it. The best of it is talking about the DOJ and the Justice Department and all this old jail shit, right? We got the best of that part, right? Let's get into it.
I mean, I did nothing wrong.
Well, let me ask you this. You said President Biden, quote, that you're going to appoint a real special prosecutor to go after Joe Biden. You said that
Where
during
did I say that?
the campaign.
Where?
You said that on Truth Social, June 12th, 2023. I will appoint a real special prosecutor to go after the most corrupt president in the history of the United States, Joe Biden, and the entire
Well, that
Biden
part is
crime
true.
family. Are you going to do that? Are you going to go after Joe Biden?
I'm really looking to make our country successful. I'm not looking to go back into the past. I'm looking to make our country successful.
Ooh, you hear that answer? See, one hitter like, yeah, I'm going to go after Joe Biden. He's like, nah, I'm going to make my country successful. I'm not going to go into the past. You want me to go into the past, right? But I'm not going to go into the past. I want to make our country successful. That will be my retribution.
Retribution will be through success. If we can make our success, this country successful, that would be my greatest, that would be such a great achievement. Bring it back. We have a country now that's overridden with crime, that has millions of people that shouldn't be here, that should be in prisons in other countries, that should be in mental institutions. We have drug lords being dropped into our country and told never go back to their country. I'm looking to make our country great. I'm looking to bring prices down because, you know, I won on two things, the border and more than immigration. You know, they like to say immigration. I break it down more to the border, but I won on the border and I won on groceries. It's a very simple word, groceries. Like almost, you know, who uses the word? I started using the word, the groceries. When you buy apples, when you buy bacon, when you buy eggs, they would double and triple the price over a short period of time. And I won an election based on that. We're going to bring those prices way down.
I want to pause here because what you're saying is significant. Because you wrote on Truth Social in 2023 that you're going to appoint a real special prosecutor to go after Joe.
You hear? She want to go back in time. He's like, I don't want to go in time. I want to talk about groceries in the future. No, let me go back to what you said. She want to get him.
We're going to bring those prices way down.
I want to pause here because what you're saying is significant. Because you wrote on Truth Social in 2023 that you're going to appoint a real special prosecutor to go after Joe Biden. Now you're saying you're not going to do that.
I will say this. No, I'm not doing that unless I find something that I think is reasonable. But that's not going to be my decision. That's going to be Pam Bondi's decision and to a different extent, Kash Patel. Assuming they're both there, and I think they're both going to get approved. But I, you know, while you ask me that, what they've done to me with weaponization is a disgrace.
We'll get to some of that.
No,
sir.
wait. You can't do one without the other.
Wait a minute, bitch. Wait a minute. We'll get to that. No, you want to go back. What about what they done to me? You want to talk about what I want to do to them. What about what they done to me? Let's talk about that.
Disgrace.
We'll get to some of that.
No,
sir.
wait. You can't do one without the other. In the history of our country, nothing like this has ever happened. And I've won these cases. I've won every one, and the rest are in the process of being won. Deranged Jack Smith is on his way back to The Hague, where he can execute people. This is where he should have stayed. I think he's dangerous even being there. But I'll tell you what they've done to me in terms of weaponization, indictments, impeachments, and everything else. And in the end, it probably helped me because I got the biggest vote, the most votes any Republican's ever gotten in history.
Pam Bondi talks about investigating the investigators. Do you want her?
You hear her? She want to answer. She want clickbait. You're not about to get it, boo-boo. Not tonight.
To investigate Jack Smith?
I want her to do what she wants to do.
Do you want to see Jack Smith
Well, I think
investigate?
he's very corrupt, but
Pam, do you want to see? Are you going to hire? Do you want Pam? What are you going to do?
I want her to do whatever she has
Are you
to.
going to direct her
Are
to
you gonna
prosecute
direct her?
Jack
She's a
Smith?
very smart person. She was a great attorney general in Florida. She's very experienced. I want her to do what she wants to do. I'm not going to instruct her to do it now.
Sir, are you going to fire the current FBI director, Christopher Wray, who you appointed?
God, what kind of questions is these she answering? She answered nothing about for the American people. She's not answering nothing that we want to hear about our future. Are you going to fuck? What the fuck do we care?
Well, I can't say I'm thrilled with him. He invaded my home. I'm suing the country over it. He invaded Mar-a-Lago. I'm very unhappy with the things he's done. And crime is at an all-time high. Migrants are pouring into the country that are from prisons and from mental institutions, as we've discussed. I can't say I'm thrilled. I don't want to be Joe Biden and give you an answer and then do the exact opposite.
We're going to talk.
I don't want to be Joe Biden. You see that? Like, I don't want to, bitch, I don't want to be Joe Biden and give you an answer and do something. Don't try to pin me. Like you say, Sarah Ford, don't try to bait me into this shit. Huh? Don't try to let me be like Joe Biden and give you an answer, then lie about it later. No, I'm not going to do it.
Institutions, as we've discussed. I can't say I'm thrilled. I don't want to be Joe Biden and give you an answer and then do the exact opposite.
We're going to talk about
So
that,
I'm not
but-
going to do that. What I'm going to say is I certainly cannot be happy with him. You take a look at what's happened. And then when I was shot in the ear, he said, oh, maybe it was shrapnel. Where's the shrapnel coming from? Is it...
He said, remember he was on trial like, it could have been shrapnel that hit Donald Trump in the ear. Like, where the shrapnel came from? He didn't know where the shrapnel came from. But this is the shit he tried to say on Donald Trump when he got assassinated and shot in the ear. He said it could have been scrap metal and not actual bullet. And he got on the Capitol Hill and said that shit. You don't think his ass needs to be fired? Right? No medical report, no kind of facts. Got up there in the fucking hearing and said Donald Trump may have got shot by scrap metal. That nigga need to go.
In the ear, he said, oh, maybe it was shrapnel. Where's the shrapnel coming from? Is it coming from heaven? I don't think so. So we need somebody to straighten. I have a lot of respect for the FBI, but the FBI's respect has gone way down over the last number of years.
Don't you have to fire him in order to make room for Kash Patel if he is in fact confirmed?
Well, I mean, it would sort of seem pretty obvious that if Kash gets in, he's going to be taking somebody's place, right? And somebody is the man that you're talking about.
I'm not going to say I'm fired. He also can quit, right? He know I'm president. He can resign and not get fired and have it on his resume. It's up to him. But if Kash get in, his ass got to go. And who place he going to take, right? So either his ass going to quit or he got to be fired. And he don't want Donald Trump, you know what I'm saying, as you're fired, quote. He don't want that, so he might as well resign.
Okay, let's talk about Project 2025. This is the conservative policy blueprint. You disavowed it during the campaign.
He finna educate her ass on Project 25. Look, he finna educate her ass, right? Like now think about this. If Donald Trump, right, if he was with Project 25, he the president. They can't take it back. He can say right now, I believe in some of the policies or something like that. Even now, he renounced Project 25 like he renounced the KKK and the Ku Klux Klan. He renounced the shit. And he said, I renounce you motherfuckers for having the press thinking I'm giving them a punchline. I renounce you motherfuckers. Remember Donald Trump put that out there? They don't want to talk about that.
You called it a product of the radical right. You've said some of their ideas were abysmal.
I said some of it is. Some of it is very good. Some of it's very mainstream, actually. Frankly, the Democrats should have used some of it because they went, with all the transgender that they were doing and with the men playing.
Hey, Sergeant Moore, you heard that? Wordplay. Some of it was kind of good. The Democrats should have used some of it. Some of it was good. The Democrats should have used some of it. They would have done better. You right about that, Sergeant Moe? Fucking wordsmith. Huh? Wait a minute. Hold on, wait a minute. All of it ain't bad. You know what I'm saying? Some of the shit is good. I ain't saying all of it, man. But watch how he switch it up on the Sergeant Boy gonna be like, hey, but this part is good. But I don't fuck with him. But I like this part. She gonna try to corner him in too. But you hired such and such, bitch. I don't give a fuck. I still ain't fucking with Project 25.
Of it is. Some of
Okay.
it is very
Well, right? You've said some of their ideas were abysmal.
I said some of it is. Some of
Okay.
it is very good. Some of
Okay.
it's very mainstream, actually. Frankly, the Democrats should have used some of it because they went, with all the transgender that they were doing and with the men playing in women's sports. If they wouldn't have done that, maybe they would have done better.
Well, so you take me to my question. You're now giving people involved in Project 2025 prominent roles in your administration. Are you changing your mind about Project 2025? Is this now the policy blueprint for the second Trump administration?
Some people, if you take a look at the group, it was hundreds of people were involved. And I was actually, I reprimanded the whole group. I said, you shouldn't have placed this document in front of the voters because I have nothing to do with it and I'm the one that's running. You had no right to do this where you put 1,000-page document in front. And many of those things I disagree with. Now, many of those things I happen to agree with. Many of those things Democrats should have agreed to. And I think they would have done much better in the election.
Now, many of those things I agree with. I denounced them. Why in the hell y'all putting this stuff up there? 1,000-page report in front of people that I ain't got nothing to do with. Giving Democrats a punchline. I denounce you, motherfucker. I reprimanded you, motherfuckers. They don't remember that. They never bring that up. They never bring that up. Donald Trump reprimanded Project 25, but he was lying. They could have said he was lying or something, but they could have said he was reprimanded at least.
Because they got slaughtered.
Well, I guess people see the list.
I think they would have done much better in the election because they got slaughtered.
Well, I guess people see the list: Russ Vought, Brendan Carr, Peter Navarro, John Ratcliffe, Pete Hoekstra, Monica Crowley, and they think these are all of the people who were involved in or writing Project 2025. This must be a blueprint for work requirements, eliminating the Head Start program, criminalizing pornography. Is that what we can expect
Well, I
to
don't
see?
know how they voted. I don't know. I never spoke to them actually about it. And I purposely, and I told you, normally it would be just the opposite. I'd review every page. I purposely didn't even want to see it because when somebody like you asked me a question about Project 2025, I can honestly say I've never seen it. I have nothing to do with it. I didn't read it, but I did hear some things in there that I would totally disagree with.
I didn't hear it. I didn't see it. I didn't read it. I got my own agenda. And I heard some things that I probably agree with. Even me, I never read it. I don't need to read it. It's not Trump's agenda. People are like, hey, have you read Agenda 20 Project 25? Hell no, I ain't read it. For what? That's not Trump's agenda. What the fuck? I'm read 1,000. I'm not going to waste my time reading the motherfucker. Did you read it? Were you a dumb motherfucker for reading it? It's a waste of time, nigga. Fuck you get all that time to read a 1,000-page document. I wouldn't even listen to that shit on audio play. The fuck you get that? When the hell you get that much time at? You know more about Project 25 than Donald Trump do. What in Project 25, page 15, lowercase paragraph 3, it said it's going to ban pornography. Trump ain't never said no shit like that. Was he talking about grabbing pussy? You think he finna ban porn? Come on, man. Nigga ain't finna ban no damn porn. Right? He know niggas watch porn. It ain't finna be like on day one, we're gonna ban porn. What? Probably in schools, porn in schools, yeah, I can deal with that. But yeah, he's not gonna ban porn. Remember, Donald Trump, he could have banned porn before. The nigga ain't banned TikTok, he damn sure ain't gonna ban porn. Niggas jogging off too much, we're gonna ban porn. What?
And I said to the people that were really the people behind it, you know who those people are? I said, you really had no right doing this to me because they used it as a soundbite, the Democrats. And I don't know, it couldn't have been too effective because they got slaughtered, but they did use it as a soundbite.
But to people who see, oh, he's bringing in all of these people from Project 2025, he must know what it is.
Well,
you know
what? I don't know what it is, no. I don't know what it is.
You still don't know
but
what
I
it is?
heard
All these
certain
people
things
are
that I
coming in
didn't
from
like.
your-
And by the way, I heard certain things that are phenomenal.
Me too. Hey, when the nigga was explaining Project 25 to me, I was like, well, yeah, I agree with that. I ain't ready, but yeah, I do agree with that. It's something. No, I don't agree with that. You know what I'm saying? When he said born to point, I know if that's in Project 25, I never read it, but if that's in there, I don't agree with that. You know what I'm saying? I'm telling you right now, I didn't read it. You know what I'm saying? But they talk about some shit, you know, you just told me right there about, yeah, I do agree with that. No transgender sports, yeah, I agree with that. Would you say energy dominance? Yeah, I agree with that. No wars. I agree with certain shit you say, yeah, I agree with that. No men and women sports, yeah, I kind of agree with that. No abortion for I don't agree with that one. You know what I'm saying? I would agree. Somebody should have an abortion for this, and that. If that's in Project, I never read the abortion because you could be right, my nigga. I'm saying if that's up in there, I don't agree with that. He could have been making up shit, and I was like, well, man, hey, nigga, if it's up in there, nigga, I don't agree with that. This nigga gave me about 30 of them. Whoa, wait a minute. That's a little fucked up right there. That's in Project 25? Well, nigga, I don't agree with that. I don't think Donald Trump agree with that either. I don't think he'll do no shit like that. Oh, okay, well, that right there, the border shit, I can see. I can see that, yeah. I can agree with that. Yeah, if that's in Project 25, I ain't said it is, but if it's in there, I agree with that. This nigga read me the whole list. Nigga, you know this list back and forth. When the fuck you get this much time to remember Project? Everybody, look, this motherfucker's on the Grammy. They have an agenda, y'all. Project 25. I bet you, look, that nigga off the BET Awards, like, you know what? Taraji P. Henson said something about Agenda Project 25. I finna go read up on that shit. Not now, nigga. I bet you I go out and offer nigga a carton of Newports tomorrow, $100, or a shopping spree to his nearest Ross for $50, right? And the nigga wouldn't guess one motherfucking law in Project 25. I'll give you this whole motherfucking $100 bill right now if you can give me one law in the 1,000-page law of Project 25. I bet you not that. You know what Project 25 is? Yeah, it's on 103rd and Compton Boulevard. No, not the projects, nigga. Project 25. The Donald Trump agenda. I give you this whole $100 bill. I bet you they wouldn't know Miss Black Barbie for a whole $100 bill. What would you know for a $100 bill?
Like what?
Like law and order. We want law and order. Okay? Little things like, let's put prisoners in jail. Let's not let people come out and raid every drugstore in Manhattan so that we have to put glass up and every store is going out of business.
Let me ask you about something you've referenced a couple of times in this interview. I asked you last time we sat down for an interview if you were going to pardon yourself. You said no. But now that President Biden has pardoned his son, Hunter, are you reconsidering? Might you pardon yourself?
I didn't do anything wrong. I was given the option. And the lawyers told me, a very specific lawyer, I don't have to go into who, but very high up in the administration said, sir, if you pardon yourself, you're going to look guilty.
Remember, he could have pardoned himself in his first place. He knew they was coming after him. He could have said, I pardon myself for anything I done federally from such and such to such and such. He could have done that before he got to the White House. But he said, no, I'm going to take it like a man. I'm not going to pardon myself. Even though I had the opportunity, I'm going to take it like a man because I didn't do nothing wrong. Remember, he could have pardoned himself and it would have made him look guilty and they would have something to talk about. They wanted him to pardon himself. No, don't do it. Do not do it. You're not guilty.
And you did nothing wrong. Oh, I had that option. I could have saved myself a lot of legal fees, but it turned out that I was right. Look at what's gone on. Everything's being dropped. I still have a Fani Willis, a total hoax. That's a total hoax. It's all being dropped. It's all been discredited. It's been dropped. There are those people that say, and this would be the first time in history, that all of those fake indictments, they were going after a political opponent. There are those that say that I actually did better in the election because of it. Now, that would be a first. I think you would agree, because normally that's like, You go back to the microphones. You say, I'm leaving right now. I will leave office. I'm going back to my family and I will fight for my name. Well, I had to fight for my name in public because I didn't leave office. But no, I didn't want to pardon, and I didn't want to pardon myself. I had the option to pardon myself.
And you don't want one now? You're not going to pardon
I don't
yourself
want,
now?
what do I need one for? First of all, I've won almost all of the cases.
What if
And
Like, what I need one for, bitch? You ain't gonna pardon yourself right now? No. Well, I need, I beat all the cases. What are you talking about?
Pardon
I don't
yourself
want,
now?
What do I need one for? First of all, I've won almost all of the cases.
What if
And
President
the ones that I
Biden
didn't win are on resuscitation.
What if President Biden offered you a pardon? Would you accept it?
I've never even thought about it. I don't think he'll do it. Look, if he did, he's the one that started this whole thing. He got the Justice Department to go after me. And the state cases are all being run by the Justice Department, which is illegal. They had their people from the Justice Department work for Alvin Bragg in order to get something going. They worked for Letitia James in the state. He had his people go from the federal government and take lesser jobs in the state in order to get done.
And you know he denies he had anything to do with it.
No,
and
you
there's
can't
no-
deny it. You know why?
Yeah.
Because they were there. Wait a minute. Wait. You know, you have a tendency to sort of like,
He finna get on her ass. Look, he finna get on her ass. Wait a minute. He finna get on her ass. Wait a minute. Hold on right there. Hold up. Wait a minute, Cadillac.
Yeah.
because they were there. Wait a minute. Wait. You know, you have a tendency to sort of like slough over things. You just made a statement. His person, the top, maybe the third or second or third person, left the federal government, the DOJ, and went to work for Letitia James. And then, after they got that one started, went to work for the DA.
Let me ask you about some of this new reporting. NBC News is reporting that President Biden is considering giving preemptive pardons to the likes of Liz Cheney, Adam Schiff, and Anthony Fauci. If President Biden doesn't issue those pardons, do you think they are going to wish that he had? Are they going to be
I
pursued?
can tell you this about Cheney, and she's a so-called Republican. I think she hurt the Democrats. Like, when I saw that Kamala put Cheney out on the campaign trail, I said, that's the end of Kamala. I really did. I thought it was a terrible move, especially if you're a Democrat. But Cheney did something that's inexcusable, along with Thompson and the people on the Unselect Committee of political thugs and, creeps. So the Unselect Committee went through a year and a half of testimony. Wait, they deleted and destroyed all evidence of.
Remember they done that? Remember Donald Trump was asking for that shit in his hearing? And they said, we ain't got it. We deleted it. We gave it up. We ain't got it no more. They destroyed it. She don't bring this type of shit up. Ain't that illegal? Destroying evidence? Ain't that illegal?
Wait, they deleted and destroyed all evidence of that they found. You know why? Because Nancy Pelosi was guilty. Nancy Pelosi turned down 10,000 troops. You wouldn't have had a J6 because other people were guilty. The people that said that I attacked 2 Secret Service agents in a car. I grabbed one around the neck. I was then rebuffed and I grabbed the other one. These are 2 of the toughest men anywhere on the planet. They happen to be slightly younger than me, maybe.
Remember they said that, remember the girl testified to that he reached over and grabbed it, done some James Bond shit. Donald Trump reached over, tried to grab guns and all kind of shit. Donald Trump. Lie after lie after lie after lie.
Just a little bit. Let me just tell you. They testified. They said it was total. And all of this stuff came out. People lied so badly. Now, listen, this was a committee, a big deal. They lied. And what did they do? They deleted and destroyed a whole year and a half worth of testimony. Do you know that I think those people committed a major crime.
Sir.
And Cheney was behind it.
Well-
And so was Benny Thompson and everybody on that committee. For what they did.
Yeah.
Honestly, they should go to jail.
Destroyed the evidence, deleted all the testimony, right? Destroyed all this shit. He can't use it.
So you think Liz Cheney should go to jail?
for what they did.
Everyone on the committee, you think?
I think
should go to
everybody
jail?
anybody that voted in favor.
Are you going to direct your FBI director and
No,
your attorney general to send them to
No,
jail?
not at all. I think that they'll have to look at that, but I'm going to focus on drill, baby, drill.
When you say that,
on
it carries
strengthening the-
weight, though. You know, you've tapped these people to lead the Justice Department and FBI.
They can
and-
do whatever they want.
Okay.
Biden can give him a pardon if he wants to, and maybe he should. Just remember, unselect committee, a year and a half of sworn testimony, and after getting all of the testimony, they deleted it, and they destroyed almost everything. There's nothing left.
She don't understand that. He had to talk to her slowly. He had to wait a minute. You don't understand this. They deleted. You don't understand. Why are you not asking these questions to them? Why did you delete these files? You're asking me this. Why aren't you asking about the crime they supposedly didn't commit? Ask them, did they delete the files? Ask them where the file. You talk to them all the time. You can bring them on. They regulars. Ask them, where is the evidence at? Where is the testimony at? That Donald Trump is so-called saying you deleted, which probably is illegal. Where's the shit at? Why she's not answering these questions?
He wants to, and maybe he should. Just remember, unselect committee, a year and a half of sworn testimony, and after getting all of the testimony, they deleted it, and they destroyed almost everything. There's nothing left. It's unprecedented.
And they deny
If you
doing
do that in a civil case, you go to jail.
You know they deny doing that, and officials say.
Look how Donald Trump look. He like, this bitch don't get it. Look how he look. He give up like, look, watch how he finna educate on this. But watch how he give up.
Civil case, you go to jail.
You know they deny doing that, and
he like, this bitch do not get it. She do not get it. I'm telling her over and over again, and she do not get it. They deleted it. Oh, but they denied it. Of course they gonna deny it.
officials say that the order never came in for
They
the
put
National
out
Guard.
a statement.
On January 6th, let me ask you this about January 6th. I think
Benny
you're going to want to
Thompson
answer
wrote
this.
in a statement that he has destroyed all evidence.
Let me ask you.
She don't want to hear that. He wrote a statement. Let me ask you this. You don't want to fact check that.
This about
It's
January
amazing.
6th.
I wish you could be a.
Look. He finna educate her ass right now. He finna educate her right. Donald Trump is getting tired of this shit. He finna educate her right now. You need to be a little bit more fair. He finna school her. Lesson. He finna humble her ass right now. Give it to her, Don.
He has destroyed
Yeah.
all evidence.
Let me ask you this about
It's
January
amazing.
6th.
I wish you could be a. If you you have such potential. If you could be just non-biased, you hurt yourself so badly. I'm telling you, they deleted and destroyed all the evidence. Everyone knows it. And you slough it off like it doesn't mean anything.
No, I'm
If
just
I
saying
did
they
it-
deny it. That's all I'm saying.
Kristen, if I did it, you would be standing up in that chair shouting at me. And you know what I'd do? I'd say, you got me. They have done something so illegal. They have a committee sworn to, and because it was so bad, the only reason they did it is because the testimony turned out to be in favor of me. Like Secret Service testified and disputed everything. It made them into a bunch of liars. Not Secret Service, it made the people. They got rid of it because it made Nancy Pelosi, the mayor of DC, so many people look like criminals. And I will tell you, it's illegal for them to delete and to destroy that evidence.
Let me.
And you just fluff it to the side. You have so much potential. You have so much potential if you just told the truth, right? But I just told you that they just deleted this shit, and you fluff it off like it's no big deal. If it was me, bitch, you'd be jumping up and down that chair if it was Donald Trump, huh? And I'm like, you got me, right? But you don't tell them nothing. They delete, like he says, there's nothing there. Like you don't feel like there's nothing there. Like you understand that? That's illegal. Nothing.
Let me ask you about January 6th in a different capacity, okay? I think you're going to want to answer this question. You promised to pardon those who attacked the Capitol on January 6th. Are you still vowing to follow through with that promise?
We're looking at it right now, most likely, yeah.
Yeah.
Well, you
Those people have suffered long and hard.
Looking at it right now, most likely, yeah. I'm not gonna be like Joe Biden and say something I'm not gonna do and not gonna do it. Huh? Most likely, yeah. On day one, bitch.
And there may be some exceptions to it. I have to look. But, if somebody was radical, crazy, there might be some people from Antifa there. I don't know, because those people seem to be in good shape. Whatever happened to Scaffold Man? You know who Scaffold Man was? He stood on a scaffold telling everybody to go and nothing happened to him. Whatever happened to Ray Epps? Now, I don't know anything about Ray Epps, but it was sort of strange the way he was talking. Where is he? What happened to him?
Where is he? What happened to him? Where's the Scaffold Man? You know who the Scaffold Man is? The man who said, come on in. What happened to him? It so happened to him. Why he get off? He was there in the middle of like 4 or 5 of them. Going in.
Because the people that did very little, they arrested an old woman because I don't think she did anything. They don't even know what she did. These people have suffered. Their lives have been destroyed. And yet in Portland, where they burned down half the...
Like, yeah, he didn't bring out Antifa. Like, I don't know, maybe Antifa's there. Maybe we don't keep them motherfuckers in longer. If we know that Antifa, we're going to investigate all that. If you know that Antifa, we don't give a fuck what happened to you. Let Joe Biden pardon your ass. He shouldn't pardon your ass. You know what I'm saying? But we find out you were a Republican and you were there, you was walking through there, you wasn't beating up on none of that shit. We're going to release you. You're going through hell. You went through hell. Joe Biden pardoned Hunter Biden. This nigga smoked crack, sliding down naked with little girls, with guns, cheating on his brother's wife. He's the most dirty, low-down human being on the face of the earth. There's nobody lower than Hunter fucking Biden, calling motherfuckers niggas, cheating countries. You know what I'm saying? I mean, stealing cars down on Skid Row. You know what I'm saying? I mean, this nigga is the lowest of cheating on taxes, paying for foreign hoes. He's all on camera, wearing crack rocks, threatening prostitutes and shit, losing computer to fucking Russians and shit. He's the worst human being on the face of the earth, and he gets a pardon, right? He could have went to jail for multiple things. He could have went to jail for half the shit in the computer, but he got a pardon. Dude that smoked crack in the rehab got kicked out of the army for smoking, blaming on some blacks. Got caught driving on with a rental car, had his brother ID with cocaine on it. The worst human being on the face of the earth. The worst human being. Got all, cuss his mother out, call her all kind of bitches. Huh? Got his daddy's name under Pedo Joe. Like, he's the worst human being on the first face of the earth. He got a pardon, but you want to offer an old lady who's walking through the Capitol building one. Ain't that a bitch?
City, they burn it down all the time. It's like a routine occurrence. They don't do anything. They attacked the courthouse, federal courthouse. They always say federal building. Okay. They destroyed the beautiful limestone exterior of the courthouse in Portland. They killed people in Portland. Seattle, people got killed in Seattle. They took over a big chunk of the city. They took it over. They took the city away. Minneapolis, it looked like when they said this is a friendly protest, and yet over the poor slobs from CNN, his shoulder, the entire city was burning down. It looked like World War II. Nothing happened. But wait, nothing happened. They took
we talk about January 6th. Let me tell you what didn't happen. Let me tell you who's not in jail for shit that's worse than what January 6th done. The old lady.
Over the police statement. They took over the police station in Minneapolis. They burned it down. Nothing happened to anybody. And yet these people have been in jail, and I hear the jail is a hellhole. They've done reports, and you would say that's true. They've done reports. This is the most disgusting, filthy place. These people are living in hell. And I think it's very unfair. Most likely, I'll do it very quickly.
Very quickly. Okay. But Some of them, 169 of them, have pleaded guilty to assaulting police officers.
Because they had no choice.
900 pleaded guilty to other crimes. They're also going to be eligible for a pardon from you?
Listen, it's a very tough system. Do you know almost nobody? I saw people that didn't even go into the building and they were convicted. And you had the police saying, come on in, come on in. I mean, you know, the police are saying, come on in, everybody, come on in. They had people, you know, you have a lot of cameras.
You right, Sarah Ford. She don't give a fuck about the police station, about the city burning, Minneapolis, Portland. She don't give a fuck about none of that. She give a fuck about the old lady walking in the building. Right? She don't give a fuck about the over sentences. But 169 of them convicted to assaulting the police officer. Watch how Donald Trump educate her on the fucking law. Donald Trump, if it's an educator.
They don't want to release the tapes. They don't want to release the tapes.
So, but you're going to consider pardoning even those who've pleaded guilty to crimes, including assaulting police officers?
Well, sometimes they say, here's your choice.
You're not ruling it out.
Look, I know the system. The system's a very corrupt system. They say to a guy, you're going to go to jail for 2 years or for 30 years. And these guys are looking, their whole lives have been destroyed. For 2 years, they've been destroyed. But the system is a very nasty system.
Okay.
Ha! So when you say, look, we're going to give you 2 years, right now, but if you lose the case, you can get up to 30 years, right? You don't have no representation because they want to let you raise no money for a lawyer. You're under federal courts, federal laws and all this old shit, right? And they said, we're going to give you this much time if you lose. What do you think somebody's going to do if he know the system is against them? If you know the whole system is to make an example out of him, he's going to take that 2 years, like Donald Trump say. I know the system is very corrupt. Either take this 2 years or we're going to hit you with this 30. Right? So a lot of them didn't really assault police officers. They just pleaded guilty to assaulting police officer, you know what I'm saying? Because they was probably in the vicinity, right? Ain't no videos of them doing nothing like that, right? Ain't no evidence released to remember, to the prosecutor, to the defense team. Tucker Carlson had to do footage of a lot of stuff that what's the name released, right? When he was so-called a leader of the House for a couple of days, right? He released the January 6th. We saw some evidence we didn't see, like police ushering people in. He said they still won't release all the evidence. So look how, you don't think Donald Trump gonna release some evidence when he get in? Look at all this that'll free them. He's gonna have the power to release the evidence. Huh? He's gonna prove that these people are innocent. Huh? So she's asking him all the right questions. So it's not gonna be retribution, it's gonna be correcting the system. Right? Like people don't know, right? When they talk about pardons, right? When I'm doing a skit on, when they talk about pardons and shit, right?
How do I get cash without selling my home?
Wait, what the hell?
This feels illegal to know this.
What the hell? The hell is this?
I found the best way to this, but they can't stop you. If you own a home and have one of those low mortgage rates like me, you're in luck. You can borrow up to 80%.
What the hell? Get up out of here. What the hell is? Anyway, I'm doing a skit on Jack Johnson, and the person that I ain't got it on here. R. Kelly, Jack Johnson, and Elvis Presley, and all that. And the person that I ain't got it on here. I got it on my thing. But the person that I put in the skit, I gotta put in the skit is Jack Johnson. Donald Trump, right? Pardon Jack Johnson. Oops. Here. Oh, it's Johnson. It said Jackson. Bam. Right? I got this on.
Congress has supported numerous resolutions calling for Johnson's pardon. Went through Congress numerous times. No president ever signed it, surprisingly. They thought it was going to be signed in the last administration, and that didn't happen. So that was very disappointing for a lot of people.
In the Barack Obama administration. You saw I took that shot at Barack Obama, and it wasn't done in the Atlanta administration, which we thought it was going to be done by a lot of people. By the black president.
President ever signed it, surprisingly. They thought it was going to be signed in the last administration, and that didn't happen.
Under the black
So that was
president.
very disappointing for a lot of people. These resolutions enjoyed widespread bipartisan support, including from the Congressional Black Caucus. The Black Caucus supported it very, very powerfully, very strongly, but they couldn't get the president to sign it. One of these resolutions passed Congress as recently as 2015. Jack Johnson was the first black heavyweight champion. And he was the heavyweight champion for many years. He was pretty much unbeatable.
Unbeatable.
In light of these facts and in recognition of his historical athletic achievements and the contributions to society, he really represented something that was both very beautiful and very terrible at the same time. I believe that Jack Johnson is a very worthy person to receive a full pardon, and in this case, a posthumous pardon.
But I'm very He got that pardon in. He got that pardon in. I got all this in the skit. I got all these people in the skit. Hold on. Wait a minute. We got here. We're gonna look. What we got? Right here.
Who, in theory, doesn't have to worry about somebody from the early part of the century. I think it's great when a great champion comes to honor and even press that another great champion be honored. I think that's a great thing.
Jack Johnson was the first person that got hit with what? The man law, right? And that's what this skit on right here, right? This skit on I'm doing right here.
Everywhere the champion went,
Oh, this is what I'm going to do the skit on.
to follow.
Right.
Some of it stirred up by his enemies, some of his own making.
And certain unfair persons peaked because I was champion. They would another.
2 years earlier, a new federal law had gone into effect. The Mann Act was named for its sponsor, Illinois Republican Congressman James Robert Mann.
The Mann Act, and that is transporting females across state line for illicit purposes.
It barred the transportation of women in interstate or foreign commerce for the purpose of prostitution or debauchery, or for any other immoral purpose. A landmark of progressive era legislation, the Mann Act was intended to stop the luring of young women into prostitution, what was called the white slave traffic, not private relationships between consenting adults. But officials of the Justice Department saw in it their chance to destroy Jack Johnson. By October of 1912, Johnson had a new companion, a 19-year-old.
And invited her inside. What was your very first impression of him when you met him up close?
He was better looking than I thought he was.
I think anybody that's in his 20s that deals with a 14-year-old is a damn pervert, that he knows to be 14.
How old were you when you met Elvis Presley?
14.
Oh my goodness. I was just a baby. I was 14 years old.
You're a child.
Yes, I guess so. I practically grew up at Graceland.
I don't give a damn. They're
starting to mess up. It's going a little bit.
That was perverted. I don't care when the hell it was. It's wrong.
When her mother, Mrs. F. Cameron Falconet, came to Chicago and went to the police, charging Johnson with abducting her daughter, the Justice Department's Bureau
That he had a my father.
set up as
Actually, they do have a Mann Act charge in the case, count 3. They just don't call it, don't specify that it's the Mann Act. But transportation for purposes of prostitution is, I believe, the third count, and that is a count under the Mann Act. And I think that's also listed as one of the types of crimes in the RICO conspiracy. So I think there will be evidence in that case.
They hit Puff with the Mann Act. They hit, hold on.
Been through in my witness, we'll say that.
R. Kelly with the Mann Act.
Sex workers,
Wait.
that these people would be forced to take drugs and have.
Yeah, it's real girls out there missing.
It's
girls trapped in the basement.
Is because
there were psychological
white women. Y'all quit playing. You're you, I'm me. Now I don't know if you're married. I don't know. I don't know if you had a relationship.
But it's gonna be a funny ass skit when I do it. It's gonna be a funny ass skit. I already got it edited. I just waiting on some more Puff Daddy news to come out. And when more Puff Daddy news come out, this Elvis child molester, R. Kelly, skit would be out. I'm just looking forward to this. You know what I'm saying? This is a couple of more parts to put right here. And I'm going to do this skit live. I'm going to do my next and all this shit. It's going to be a good skit right here. This is going to be a good damn skit right here. This is going to be a great skit. We got all kind of stuff up in here. We got R. Kelly. We got all kind of stuff up in here. R. Kelly, you know what I'm saying, going crazy. But it's going to be a hell of a skit right here. We got Jack Johnson, you know what I'm saying? I got it all edited up in here, all sliced and diced in the storyline, you know what I'm saying? I got Jack up in there, R. Kelly, you know what I'm saying? Some more Jack up in there, right? All through the end of it right here. Then we got some Puff Daddy up in here. So we got some Judge Joe Brown up in here, right? We got some Elvis up in here. We got some, where Puff Daddy at? Puff Daddy up in here somewhere. Where Puff Daddy at? Puff Daddy up in here. Got R. Kelly right here. But where Puff Daddy at? Puff Daddy up in here somewhere. Got Puff Daddy up. Oh, R. Kelly. We wait. Who Puff Daddy at? Puff Daddy up in here. Jiggy got to be up in here somewhere. Where the hell Jiggy at? Where in the hell is Jiggy at? We got to put Jiggy all up in here. What R. Kelly say? We're going to put Jiggy all up in here. We're going to put Jiggy all up in there, but Jiggy up in here somewhere. Jiggy up in here somewhere. Damn it. I know Jiggy up in here somewhere. We're getting back to Jiggy. We're getting back to trying to find Jiggy. Where the hell is Jiggy at? Right? Jiggy right here.
It's scraping when you scrambling and scraping.
Jiggy right there. Look, here you go, Jiggy right here.
Mr. Lee, yeah, I love this.
Nigga, there you go, did it.
Where you put my bag? When you scramble.
I can go with that one.
Make a
that
wish.
one.
Just blow it out. It's your birthday every day.
Every day's your birthday on Drink Champ.
We got Puff Daddy up in here too. I forgot Puff Daddy get hit with the Mann Act too.
Widely known. Why did it take law enforcement so long to intervene? How many women were victimized?
Woo! We got the Puff Daddy too. We got Puff Daddy. I was waiting on a little bit more Puff Daddy evidence, you know what I'm saying, so I can put up in here. They ain't said nothing about Puff Daddy, but whenever the Puff Daddy shit come out, get ready for this shit. It's gonna be a long ass skit. It's gonna be like a documentary. You know what I'm saying? You see this all the information I got right now. I just need a little bit more Puff Daddy to add up in here. When I get the little bit more Puff Daddy news, we own. I'm gonna say I don't have my studio by there. I don't have a background. I'm like, next, I have a microphone. You know what I'm saying? And all kind of shit. I'm gonna make a comeback on this skit right here. This is gonna be my first comeback skit on, you know what I'm saying? Whenever Puff Daddy comes, I should have all my shit and do a live skit like I've been doing. You know what I'm saying? On here.
One is a very serious charge. It carries a mandatory minimum sentence.
Woo! Puff Daddy. Oh, here go Puff Daddy right here.
15 years if he's convicted of it.
Oh yeah,
and up to life.
Oh yeah, Puff Daddy right here. I knew it was Puff
In the
Daddy.
RICO conspiracy. So I think there will be evidence in that case.
Oh yeah. This is I'm waiting on the Puff Daddy stuff to go right here. So I got the beginning of the Puff Daddy right here, and I'm gonna put the new Puff Daddy right here, right with the R. Kelly and the you know what I'm saying? I got no Puff Daddy to put right here. No Puff Daddy to put right here. So I gotta find some Puff Daddy to put right here. So the next Puff Daddy news come out, y'all gonna have a skit, y'all. Y'all gonna have a skit, y'all. See how long this shit is? Woo wee! This shit is long. This shit is like an hour long. It's gonna be a whole documentary on some Elvis shit. Get ready for the child pervert. You see how many they say, look, I was 13 when I met Elvis. You don't want to know the shit about Elvis. You don't want to know the shit about Elvis. You don't want where Elvis at? Where Elvis at? Where the girls that like Elvis at? Where the girls that like Elvis at? Then the girls like Puff Daddy, they was grown little girls. Puff Daddy all in the beginning. So was Jack Johnson. But we get down here, you get to the pervert Elvis. Where the pervert Elvis at? This nigga's a pervert. Here you go, right here. Here go the pervert Elvis.
Angeles to Memphis to live with him at Graceland, not long before Priscilla moved in.
Whoa, she was how old?
He still was a man's face with little whiskers.
Look at this.
It was a lot of hugging and kissing. He would shave very closely for me, but my skin still, because he still was a man's face with little whiskers, I'd go to school the next day and my face would be all red and kind of.
I was just a baby. I was 14 years old.
That is very, very young, isn't it?
Yeah, very young.
They didn't talk about Elvis. They never talked about Elvis. They want to talk about Puff Daddy and R. Kelly and Jack. They want to talk about all the black people. But as soon as this is, wait till you see all this shit that Elvis done. Wait until you see all this shit Elvis has done. It's gonna be a hell of a skit, y'all. But come back tomorrow. I'm gonna have more show for y'all, more information for y'all, more news for y'all, and all that. You know what I'm saying? Come back tomorrow. Glad, hopefully you enjoyed the show. More to come tomorrow.